Welcome to South India. Today we'll explore this peninsula by breaking it down into three parts: geography, history, and society. As you can see from this map, there are two massive oceans on both sides, the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. From the tip of South India, if you go all the way down, you'll end up in the South Pole or in Antarctica. Coming to continental India, as we discussed in the introductory video, the Vindhya Mountains form the northern frontiers of our South India. The east is flanked with a range of mountains called the Western Ghats. Similar to the Western Ghats, on the eastern coast, we have another range of mountains called the Eastern Ghats. So continental South India is got Vindhyas on the north, the Western Ghats on the west, and the Eastern Ghats on the east coast. Because of its proximity to the equator and being choked by the two seas, you can imagine the climatic conditions of this region: humidity, rains, blue skies, and thunder showers. Just like rest of India, South India too has a very long and complex history. To make our learning easier, we have once again broken it down into three parts. We will discuss about ancient history of South India, medieval history of South India, and modern history of South India. The culture of South India is also known as the Dravidian culture. Dravidians are the largest ethnic race in South India. Historically, South India is a cosmopolitan culture. Way back in 200 BC, we had ships from Rome harboring the west coast of South India, bringing with them Christianity, gold, and silver. It is also believed that Apostle St. Thomas arrived on one of these ships, and his tomb is still in Chennai. Similarly, the very first mosque to appear outside the Saudi Arabian peninsula was built in Kerala. It was built during the lifetime of Muhammad. It was a time when there were maritime connections between the west coast and the Arab peninsula. Subsequently, we had the Danes, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the French, and the British who came to southern Indian ports. Even though South Indian culture is known as the Dravidian culture, there are many subcultures within it. South Indians are usually strongly family oriented. Joint families are quite common. Joint families are those where from the grandparents all the way down to grandchildren, many uncles and aunts, nephews and nieces all live under the same roof and share the same kitchen, pooling in their resources and living together as a single family. That said, these days there is a rise in number of nuclear families. Countries like Sri Lanka and Malaysia have a very strong influence of the Dravidian culture. Particularly the language Tamil has deeply influenced these regions. The language of Tamil is one of the oldest in the world. Other parts of South India have different languages. Malayalam is spoken in Kerala. Kannada is spoken in Karnataka. Telugu is the language of Andhra Pradesh. This way, South India is linguistically a very diverse region. Rice is the staple food of South Indians. On the coast, a variety of curries, spices, and fish are also consumed. Idlis and dosas are also creations of South India. These two dishes are becoming favorites in North America and in Europe. South India has a very rich art tradition, both classical and folk. Unique paintings, sculptures, architecture, literature, and performing arts can be found spread all over the region. The contemporary art of this region, particularly performing arts, is largely supported by its vibrant film industry. South India is a much more progressive region than North India. This is because the average per capita income of all the states of South India, as well as the per capita of individual states, are higher than the national average. In addition to this, South India also has the IT industries, and there are several manufacturing hubs. Cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and many smaller upcoming cities in the state of Kerala are attracting a lot of capital and FDIs, making this a very sought after region in India by investors and by the industries. In essence, South India is a progressive, peaceful, and a prosperous region in India.